Sister wives Cristin and Meri Brown melt fans' hearts. After years of bad blood, Sister Wives fans felt pleasantly surprised to see Cristin and Meri Brown share a tender moment during the new episode. The women may never be best friends, but they definitely displayed a sweet moment of vulnerability. Fans love the sweet moment between Cristin and Meri Brown. Sister Wives fans already know that Meri Brown wasn't invited to Cristin and David's wedding. However, that doesn't necessarily mean they're on bad terms. After this week's episode, it seems that the women are choosing to love each other from a distance. Look, I know Meri treated Cristin horribly when she left, and they've had ups and downs over the years. But I truly thought their hug and saying I love you to each other was so sweet. It was the epitome of we won't be friends, but we'll always care for each other, a Redditor shared online. Same with Janelle going to Meri to talk about the property. Okay guys, don't downvote me lol, that's all that got me in the feels. Other Sister Wives viewers overwhelmingly agreed. Comments included, I also thought their interaction was positive and genuine. It's a shame things couldn't be mended between them, but I also understand everyone has their limits, and some people prefer deep, meaningful relationships to cordial ones. I agree. I thought it was very nice to see. Especially the genuine emotion in Meri's eyes when they hugged. They are never going to be best friends. But maybe they can have a friendly sister-in-law-like vibe when they do get together for large family events. I felt the same. You can tell immediately from when it changes from the fake nice and laughing to like real it gets better and I love you. I can see how at that moment, Meri didn't see it as better because she seems very alone in her life except for her close friends. But I did like that for that all moment they could have a real moment. The TLC stars had a positive encounter. Cristin introduced David to many members of the family for the first time at Gwendolyn's bridal shower. Kody Brown might have felt angry about his presence, but Meri seemed to genuinely enjoy meeting him. Many fans hoped that Meri and Cristin might fully mend fences and become friends someday. And at this point, anything is possible. How did you feel about Sunday's new episode? Were you excited to see Cristin and Meri share a sweet moment? Add your own thoughts to the comments. The room was filled with soft laughter, the kind that echoed with warmth and nostalgia. Cristin Brown and Meri Brown sat together, faces lit by the afternoon sun streaming through the windows, and they looked more like old friends than sisters who had been through years of strained family dynamics. The two women had each walked difficult paths in their respective journeys, but today, it seemed, they were choosing to put those hardships aside. For once, the weight of years spent in a complicated family structure felt lighter. Cristin's easy laughter filled the space as she shared a story about her fiancé, David Woolley, and their latest adventure. You know, Cristin said, chuckling as she brushed a strand of hair out of her face, David and I went on this little hike last weekend. He was determined to show me this hidden spot he found. But we took a wrong turn and ended up on someone's private property. Meri burst into laughter. Oh no, did you get caught trespassing? Cristin grinned. Caught? Well, we didn't even make it to the hidden spot. We ended up in this fenced-off area with a bunch of llamas. David was trying to convince them to let us pass, and I'm just standing there like, this is not happening. Meri's laughter rang out, and for a moment, the tension that had once defined their relationship seemed to dissipate. Seeing Cristin with David had softened Meri's heart in ways she hadn't anticipated. Watching Cristin beaming, happy, and unburdened with David was a testament to how far they'd both come. Cristin looked at Meri thoughtfully, a gentler expression replacing her laughter. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, she began, her voice softer, but I wanted you to know that I really appreciate everything you've done for this family, Meri. You've given so much of yourself over the years. That's not something I take lightly. Meri's face softened, and a glimmer of vulnerability shone through. Thank you, Cristin, she said quietly. I think we've all given a lot, maybe in different ways, but it's taken its toll on each of us. Cristin reached over and took Meri's hand, a simple gesture that spoke volumes. The two women sat there, hands clasped, each of them acknowledging the countless misunderstandings, the years of differences, and the shifting tides of their family. The years had changed them both, and where there once was friction, there was now something akin to understanding, a feeling that they had both done what they could in an unconventional family. Cristin had always been the easygoing one, the sister wife who wore her heart on her sleeve, and Meri had often been perceived as distant, guarded by her walls. But here, in this quiet moment, those walls seemed to melt away. Cristin, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I admire your strength, Meri said, her voice steady. Even when everything was falling apart, you still found a way to move forward, to find your own happiness. Cristin smiled, her eyes sparkling. And you, Meri, you're one of the strongest women I know. You've been through so much, and yet, here you are, still standing. They shared a knowing look, one that only two women who'd endured the trials of plural marriage could fully understand. Their struggles had shaped them, but now, in this new chapter, they were both learning how to thrive outside of the confines of Cody's expectations. Cristin had found love and joy with David, and Meri was embracing the freedom of living life on her terms. As they sat together, reminiscing and sharing dreams for the future, they both realized something. They had more in common than they had differences. Each of them had chosen to be part of something unique. And though the family structure didn't work out as they had once hoped, the bonds between them were real. Meri broke the silence. Do you remember that time we all went on that trip to Disneyland? I think it was the first time we all realized how exhausting it was to travel with that many kids. She chuckled, shaking her head at the memory. We lost Garrison and Gabriel for almost an hour. Cody was a mess, and I just remember you laughing, saying, they'll turn up. Cristin laughed, covering her mouth. Oh, yes, and then we found them in the gift shop, loading up on Mickey Mouse souvenirs without a care in the world. Those boys were always so adventurous. The conversation drifted from topic to topic, and as the hours passed, the two women felt a sense of camaraderie that had been missing for far too long. They shared dreams of travel, of seeing their children grow, and of building lives they could be proud of. Their laughter filled the room, weaving a new bond, one based not on shared husbands or family obligations, but on shared memories and a mutual respect that had taken years to cultivate. As the afternoon turned into evening, they finally stood, exchanging a warm embrace. Meri held Cristin tightly, feeling a profound gratitude for this renewed connection. It was a small step, but it was a meaningful one. Thank you, Cristin, Meri whispered, pulling back and looking into her sister-wife's eyes. For forgiving me and for giving us a second chance. It means more to me than you know. Cristin smiled, brushing away a stray tear. We're family, Meri, and family deserves second chances. I'm so grateful to have this moment with you. In a world where fans had often divided them into camps and chosen sides, this moment would resonate deeply. Cristin and Meri, two women who had loved, fought, and grown in the spotlight, were now finding peace, healing, and a sense of sisterhood that defied all odds. This new chapter wasn't about shared husbands or family hierarchy. It was about friendship, about seeing one another as individuals beyond the roles they'd once inhabited. As Cristin left, Meri watched her walk away with a heart that felt lighter, softer, and fuller. She knew there would still be challenges, and they might never agree on everything. But they had found common ground, a place of mutual respect, and that was enough. Their bond, born from shared history and newfound empathy, would continue to evolve. And, for the fans watching, this moment between Cristin and Meri was a beautiful reminder that love, forgiveness, and friendship could blossom even in the most unlikely circumstances.